Hello everyone. Welcome to the final part in the 3-part series, Yoni Egg Exercises. My name is Vanessa. I am the founder of Chakrubs. I'm going to guide you all in a few Yoni Egg exercises today. Somebody can just give me a thumbs up that you hear me all right, that everything is good here. We can get started. You'll want a yoga mat or a place to do these exercises on that's comfortable, and your yoni egg, of course. So just a reminder, this is not a time where I'm going to go into what yoni eggs are. I did that in the first part. So this is really just about the actual practice. So if you need more information on yoni eggs, you can find that on our website, on our publication, The Freak. And these exercises are all based on the Chakrubs method for yoni eggs, which is 15% off right now when you enter code Yoni Method. And I think that ends tonight. So thank you all so much for joining me. Have your yoni egg nearby and your mat, and let's get started. I will also have this up for 24 hours, so if you need to leave, you could always come back. So let's start just in a seated position here. If this kind of seated position is uncomfortable for you, just find any seated position that you could feel relaxed in. If you're somebody that needs a chair, you can just sit simply like that, and that's totally fine. Or if you want to do the traditional pose like this, you can. I'm just more comfortable like this with both feet on the floor in front of me. I also have my back heel kind of resting on my yoni, so I feel a little bit more connected to it through this practice. So just relax, get situated. You might want to set an intention here for your practice. For me, it's going to just be to feel really powerful today. That's how I want to feel. Power is the word that came into my mind. I didn't have that set. That's what I'm going to go with. I want to feel powerful. I want to get in tune with my innate power. So take a minute, think of an intention that you can have for this practice. And just make any adjustments that you need to make. Jitter around a little bit if you want. And then just come back seated. Good. So now I want you to take a really, really deep breath in and out. Take another deep breath in and out. Now, if you are somebody that did this and you lifted your shoulders here or anything when you first took that breath in, I want you just to relax your shoulders, and this time again, we're going to move the breath into the belly, our diaphragm, and move it even further down into our pelvic floor. So breathe in, and really just imagine that air going through the diaphragm into the pelvic floor, and release. Again, breathing in, imagining that air is filling up our pelvic floor. Wonderful. A few more times. Breathe in. Visualize that air seeping all the way down from the diaphragm into the pelvic floor. Once more. Very good. So if you don't have your yoni egg inserted yet, take your yoni egg in between your hands. I always like to tell my crystals thank you. Thank you for being of service to me today, for teaching me something today, for helping me strengthen myself today, to help me connect to myself today. I am open to whatever it has to offer me today. So I just always like to give that appreciation to this conscious being that I believe that crystals are. So you could do that and insert your egg. I typically like to put the big part up first, mainly because I use ones that are drilled and the string is on the smaller part. So if you have a string, that's how I do it. But if not, you could put the yoni egg in however you'd like. So now that your yoni egg is inserted, get it situated, just giving you a moment for that. Now that it's inside, we're going to engage the pelvic floor, the yoni muscles, a kegel. We're going to do a kegel exercise. So instead of thinking about squeezing the yoni egg like this with your kegel muscles, so instead of like bringing both parts into the yoni egg like this, I want you to think about bringing the yoni egg up. So squeezing up and shooting that energy right into your heart center. So squeeze, bring it up, and imagine the energy from the yoni egg going directly into your heart. And hold it for as long as you can. And relax. Fully relax now, really relax. Actually feel what the muscles do when you just push them out slightly. And we're going to do that again. So breathe in, engage the muscles, and bring your energy from the yoni egg into the heart center. Hold it, feel that energy connecting, and release. Release even more, push down a little bit with those muscles. Good. Let's do this again. Breathe in, squeeze and engage the pelvic floor muscles, move them up, and then feel that energy go into the heart. So the energy from your yoni egg, you're just helping it reach your heart. You're giving it a little extra push with that engagement of the muscles, and you're feeling that energy from the crystal in your heart. And it should feel nice. It should feel like a little hug. And release. So I feel it a lot, so I'm laughing. And that might happen for you too. It's a little bit of just an energy flow that happens. You might cry. For me, I usually cry actually when I do things like this. But for you, when you're working with this kind of energy, crystals amplify energy, just breath amplifies energy, so everything. So anything that comes up for you, just let it. If you need to cry, let yourself cry. I just got my period 3 days early. Thank you, Scorpio full moon. So I'm sure I'm filled with emotions right now. So So if that's happening for you, let it happen. So let's do that a few more times, but this time let's experiment with moving that energy in different places rather than our heart center. So you could work with a different chakra point, energy center, if that resonates with you. Or also what I like to do is if I feel like I have any pain in my body, I sometimes have a chronic pain in my shoulder over here, I like to think of myself as sending energy to where I have pain and imagining that orgasmic energy into that area. So pick a point that you'd like to exercise, bringing your yoni egg energy to. I think I'm going to try today the throat, which interestingly enough, our vocal cords look just like our pelvic floor muscles. So the throat chakra and the sacral chakra are both connected very interestingly. So I am going to try that today. And so for you, you could try to engage maybe your solar plexus, your throat, your brow, your crown, or if you feel like you have any pain, you can bring that energy there. So let's try this again. You're going to squeeze, engage the pelvic floor, bring it up, and move that energy into where you need it. So I am bringing it into my throat, but you can try to bring it anywhere you need. And relax. And relax a little further by pushing, making sure that you're pushing a little bit with the muscles, and then become neutral. So let's do that again. Breathe in, engage the pelvic floor muscles, squeeze but bring it up, and bring the energy of the yoni egg into whatever point in you that you feel needs it. And relax. Relax a little bit more by gently pushing your pelvic floor muscles out, and then just become neutral. Let's do this one more time, and this time we're really going to indulge at the top and really engage with that energy that's touching whatever spot that you chose. So really just focus on indulging in that energy that you're bringing up from your yoni egg. Ready? Breathe in. Engage. Bring that yoni egg up and allow the energy to shoot right to wherever you need that energy. And indulge in it now. Woo! Indulge, indulge, yes, feel it. And let out a ah. And relax. Relax a little bit more by really pushing with your yoni, and then you're neutral. Absolutely lovely. Okay. So I do want to just talk a little bit about the pelvic floor. If you go like this with your hands, we're just going to imagine that it looks like this, a diamond shape. At the base of the spine. The pelvic floor is like a pelvic bowl. There's, I think, 17 muscles in it, but there's the front triangle, right? And the back triangle. And so there's two parts that you can kind of engage, right? The front is, you engage it by those muscles that we're engaging using our yoni egg, and also you can think about it if you don't have a vulva, it's the muscles that you would use to stop peeing. For everybody, it's the muscles you would use to stop peeing. And then there's the back triangle, which you would use to hold in gas. So there's these two parts that we can engage. So I want to just take a minute for you to just see if you can isolate both parts of the triangle. So the front triangle and the back triangle. So you can try to squeeze the front triangle first and release. Now try to squeeze the back triangle and release. Now squeeze the front triangle and the back triangle and then release. So a lot of this isolating of those different parts have to do with your mind. So don't worry if you aren't necessarily getting it yet. Just visualize and you'll eventually get there. So I want us to do a few rotations like this, where we're going to engage the front triangle when we're reaching forward, and when we come back we're going to engage the back triangle, and then we're going to release and release. So I really like this exercise. I really like to engage my entire being. I feel very good. So to just do this in general, my entire body. So just take a few moments without worrying about engaging anything, and just really see what it feels like to do this kind of rotation from the pelvic floor. So keep your sit bones on the mat and just rotate, and you can do a bigger circle, do a smaller circle, go the other way, start small, get bigger. Just get used to this range of motion for a little bit. Very good. Take some time with that. Okay, so now we're going to do that a little bit more controlled, and we're going to engage those different parts of the pelvic floor, the front triangle and the back triangle. So with your hands on your knees, your pelvic floor, your seat bones on the mat, make any adjustments if you need to. With a small circle, bring your body forward and engage the front triangle. And remember to breathe through this. You're going to now engage the back triangle when you reach the back. And when you come forward again, release and exhale. Start to exhale. And when you reach the back, release, exhale. Good. So we're going to start again. When you're forward, engage the front triangle. Breathe in. When you reach the back, engage the back triangle. You're still breathing in. And when you reach the forward part of this exercise again, you're going to exhale, exhale. So we're going to move a little bit faster now and make our circle a little bit bigger. So in the front, inhale, engage the front. Inhale, engage the back. Exhale, release the front. Exhale, release the back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. exhale. So allow the position of your body to dictate when you're engaging the front, the back muscles, and just keep making that circle bigger, making sure that your legs are on the floor, your sit bones are on the floor. Keep making that circle bigger. Engage the front circle, back circle, release the front, release the back. Engage front, engage back, release front, release back. Go a little bit faster, or keep slow if you want to, that's fine. Good. Now, don't worry about engaging the front or the back. Just relax and continue to circulate really fast. Continue to circulate faster. Just breathe. And now you're gonna stop in the center. Completely stop and allow the energy that you just created doing those circular motions to encapsulate you. Feel everything like a vortex around you, what you just created. And sit within that energy. Take any note if you can feel like your yoni egg maybe has shifted, or if you feel any discomfort, if you need to reassess yourself, maybe adjust anything, this is that time. But just really tune into that vortex of the energy that you just created. That's you, and that is yours to play in. Lovely. So now we're going to lie down. We're going to do bridge pose. I think it's a little bit difficult to see. I can't really set up the camera to see all of me and still be able to get to it. So bridge pose, basically put your feet down on the mat. Your pelvic floor is resting like this. Your hands can be flat on the mat like this. And so your feet are also hip distance apart. And we're going to first engage our pelvic floor. So you can engage both the front and the back part of the triangle, or just the front, if you so choose. And use that first. Use those muscles to guide your pelvis to come up. So you're squeezing, engaging those muscles, holding it. And you're gonna hold it as you release down to the ground. And right when you get to the ground, that's when you're going to relax. So squeeze first, engage those muscles, and allow that to guide you to bring yourself up. Hold here, release but engaged still, and then you can release. Okay, so let's do that again. Engage your pelvic floor, squeeze, come up, hold it. Remember to breathe. Bring yourself down. And now you release. Okay, let's do this again. So engage those muscles, squeeze, and allow that to bring you up off the floor. Hold here. Bring your body back down and release your muscles. Let's do it again. So engage, squeeze, and allow that to peel you up off the floor. Bring yourself up. Muscles are engaged. And relax. And disengage. I don't want to confuse you by saying relax, because you have to keep those muscles engaged as you bring your body down. But when you reach the mat, that's when you release your pelvic floor muscles, your yoni muscles. So let's do that again. So engage your muscles, squeeze, bring that energy up. Hold it. Bring it down. And now release your muscles. Good, so you can continue to do that for a few if you'd like. I love that exercise too. So once you're completed with that, you could bring your legs up like this. And let's just open our knees like that. And don't worry about engaging the pelvic floor right now with any squeezing. We're just going to relax here. So really just open the knees to either side of your body and get a good stretch, rock side to side. And you could bring your legs back up. So your knees are now touching. And release again. You could use your hands to gently bring your knees closer to the ground, just gently for a little stretch, side to side, little massage, and bring them back up. Try to keep your legs, perpendicular to your pelvic floor, so that you are naturally engaging your core here. So don't bring them too close to the body. Have them remain like this. And bring them back down. Relax, stretch, little massage here. And bring them back up. Legs in a, right angle. I never talk like this, math, but make sure that they're like that so your core is naturally engaged. One more time, open the legs, the knees. You can rock back and forth a little bit. And bring them back up. Now, hug your knees into your chest, roll side to side, little back massage, and you could roll up to come back to a seated position. Oh, Petey, come here. We're going to end the practice with Peter. Peter happy, giving a little cameo appearance. Come back to the seated position that you were at in the beginning. Thank yourself and the Yoni egg again for guiding you through this practice. Get a sense that your Yoni egg feels such joy that you just worked with it, that you allowed it to help you feel whatever you needed to feel during this short time that we just had together. And that's all. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me. I hope you had a good time. I did. I really do love doing this. Maybe I will do it more in the future. Let me know if you would like that. I'll keep this live for 24 hours. So you can come back to it if you want, or you can tell people to tune in. Again, this is based on this book, The Chakrams Method for Yoni Eggs, and it's 15% off right now when you enter code Yoni Method until tonight. Thank you. I love you, Sophia. So Sophia came to every session that we had. I really do love to do this, so I am going to do it whether people want me to or not. Take care, everybody. Shoot me a DM if you have any questions. I'm here to help.